This week will prove to be critically important for markets and Tesla stock. We have some of the biggest data the markets pay attention to every month coming out this Friday. I am here to provide clarity and conversation around exactly what could happen with this data and Tesla this week. But first, Cathie Wood and ARK Invest currently have a $2,000 expected value for Tesla by 2027. Where do you think Tesla stock will be by 2027? Chime in down below in the comment section. Before we get into all of your information you need to know about this week, let's start off with a little bit of Tesla news. I wouldn't say this is necessarily Tesla news per se, but it is outright impressive. Take a look at what full self-driving just did here. I mean, this is going to change the world, okay? And it's only a matter of time before your investment changes your life. Look at what FSD did here. It just cut the whole line, found an opening to turn left. I mean, I wouldn't have done that, but I mean, with an intelligent driving service, well, maybe they can make a smarter decision. Tesla Economics writes on X, there's no difference between a thief and a person that thinks Elon doesn't deserve his 2018 compensation package. Elon Musk said, quote, I was living in the factory in Fremont and Nevada for 3 years straight. It was my primary residence. Not kidding. Literally. Elon Musk's compensation package is not reinstated on June 13th. Well, that's going to bring a whole host of issues to Tesla stock, and I'm expecting it will easily be reinstated. But I would also agree that is just straight up theft. I don't think you can have someone do that much work and not pay them and think otherwise. Elon Musk recently told investors that his artificial intelligence startup xAI is planning to build a supercomputer to power the next version of its AI chatbot Gronk with nearly 100,000 NVIDIA H100 chips, as per CNBC. Tesla Bull on X says this week is a judgment week and month for Tesla stock. $180 has been a major support in the past, and we have tapped 180 multiple times in the past before running to all-time highs. And Tesla stock could be experiencing a double bottom that could send the stock rallying much higher, maybe even into the 300s. Elon Musk's comp package vote coming on June 13th. It's the shareholder meeting for Tesla, but really that's the main story about June 13th. It times perfectly with the alignment of this double bottom theory. Nicknamed Warren Buffett options trades that we have been observing for the past few weeks, specifically targeting June 21st, 2024, around the $276 level, is also aligning with this chart if triggered. Tesla Bull thinks the next 2 months are going to be crazy for Tesla, especially the month of June, which could put Tesla stock above $276 per share. Tomorrow morning, we will be getting the number of Chinese domestic insurance registrations, and that is going to be another big catalyst this week specifically for Tesla stock. Not to mention, again, there was a lot of unusually bullish option activity by big money on Friday. Maybe they already know a good number's coming tomorrow morning. That wouldn't surprise me. And if that happens and Tesla stock's up big, well, you had a multi-day heads up about this from yours truly. Now, if Tesla stock sells off, well, don't blame me because I was only reporting what I was seeing. On Friday from Big Money, you had a 100% positive order value from Big Money option orders. That means there wasn't a single bearish option order placed on Tesla stock. In fact, when you look at some of the options as well, it looks like hedge funds and institutions were actually selling a May 31st 190 put for $459,000. Wow. So if you're selling a 190 put expiring by this Friday, that means hedge funds and institutions think, at least this one that made these two trades, Tesla stock is going to be above $190 per share by this Friday. which is only just 4 trading days away. That's an exceptionally crazy bullish trade from big money. And short positions in Tesla are still near your multi-year highs, although it does look like about 2.3 million shares or so were covered on Friday. That's a pretty good sign that maybe some firms wanted to get out of their short positions in Tesla heading into this upcoming week. But you still have a very large short position in Tesla, 105.2 million shares that are currently sold short. Short interest of free float sitting at 3.79%. Chime in down below in the comments section with your thoughts on this. When will Tesla have its Nvidia moment, meaning the stock just goes parabolic? The owner of this Cybertruck says it pulls better than both his diesel trucks, and he says, other than the range while hauling, I have no complaints with this truck. We do surprisingly have quite a few big earnings still, which it seems like earnings season just lasts forever these days. Tuesday and after hours, so tomorrow and after hours, you have Box, Heiko, Joy, Cava, Digital Turbine. Tomorrow, Wednesday, pre-market, you have Abercrombie & Fitch, Chewy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Advanced Auto Parts, BMO, and others. Wednesday and after hours, you have Salesforce, C3 AI, UiPath, Okta, Pure Storage, HP, and American Eagle Outfitters. Thursday pre-market, Canopy Growth, Kohl's, Foot Locker, Dollar General, Best Buy, Hormel Foods, Burlington, Birkenstock, and Build-A-Bear Workshop. Thursday and after hours, you have Costco, Dell, Zscaler, Marvel, MongoDB, Ulta Beauty, and Centennial One, as well as Viva. So quite a few big earnings still. Notably, Dell could be a big one because that stock has been doing very good ever since they got the shout out from Nvidia last earnings. Now your big data comes out on Friday. That is core PCE month over month, personal spending, personal income, PC price index month over month, and year over year. Besides just Friday, we will have other data as well coming out. Nothing for tomorrow or today, which, you know, that's pretty obvious. Tomorrow, you will have S&P Case-Shiller home price month over month and year over year. That's highlighted here in dark, bold, and black, seen as kind of a medium volatility catalyst. They don't tend to move the markets whenever S&P Case-Shiller data comes out, but it can. You do have Fed Kashkari that speaks tomorrow around 9 a.m., as well as consumer confidence that comes out about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, which definitely will be important. You will get Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index at about 10:30 a.m., expecting that to come in very negative also. You will get the money supply data, expecting that's going to be over $21 trillion. A 5-year bond auction and some shorter duration bond auctions spread throughout the morning tomorrow. Fed Cook and Fed Daily both speak at about 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. On Wednesday, lots of data coming out from Europe, including the inflation rate year over year, the harmonized rate from Germany, Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. You will get Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index, expecting that to be very negative, Richmond Fed Manufacturing Shipments Index, and Richmond Fed Services Index. That services number will likely be the most important. At the same time, you will get Dallas Fed Services Index. Both of those numbers expected to be about -10. So not great for the service sector of the economies around Dallas and the Richmond area. You will get a 7-year bond auction, which can be important for markets. Fed Williams, this speaks around 1 p.m., and Fed Bostic, that speaks around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. On Thursday, you're going to get GDP growth rate quarter over quarter, the second estimate for Q1. The last number we had was 3.4%. We're expecting this could fall to about 1.4%. So to some degree, the lower the better for stocks. But on the other hand, if it comes in really low, then that's a bad thing for the economy. So it's kind of a trade-off between the economy not doing too good and not doing too bad. So you likely want a number that meets expectations, maybe comes in a little bit higher than 1.4%. You will get corporate profits quarter over quarter, goods trades balance, and initial jobless claims. And people are watching this like a hawk right now on a week-by-week basis to see if we get more weakness in the labor market. Inevitably, weakness in the labor market and or the economy will turn into a bad thing for the markets. And the longer this stays good, the better. If you hear anyone say it's good news for stocks, the economy is getting worse, or the labor market's getting worse, I would personally just click off the video or clip, whatever you're watching at that moment, because that's never going to be a good thing for stocks, even if that means the Fed is able to cut rates sooner. You will get PCE prices quarter over quarter, second estimate as well, and real consumer spending, the second estimate for Q1. All of that data coming out at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. Pending home sales month over month and year over year that come out at 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Fed Williams, this speaks around noon. Fed Logan, this speaks at 5 p.m. And that is it for Thursday. And then we already went over Friday. At least your big data will be core PCE month over month, expecting that number around 0.2%. A 0.3 or higher is going to be bad news. Personal income month over month expected around 0.3%. As long as we meet expectations or come in, lower there, probably going to be good as well. Personal spending, I think, is a pretty important one. That is expected to actually hit 0.4%. Last month, it was 0.8% on a month-over-month basis. So markets will probably like a lower number there, but still, that's one of those things. You don't want to see a super low number. That's going to be bad news. Chicago PMI is expected at 39. Last month, this came in at 37.9. So stronger economic data. Again, I think is good news for markets. It's good news for corporate profits, but maybe bad news for the Fed. So for Tesla stock specifically, I do think that number that we get tomorrow for domestic registrations or deliveries in China will be very important. Now, what we seen on Friday was a good maybe precursor to what we could see this week with Tesla stock breaking above that 20-day moving average. You're heading into resistance around 180. You're going to have more resistance around this 100-day moving average at 185 and then maybe 188 and then 200. There's a lot of resistance from now until $200 per share. But if you get above $200 per share, that's where things start to look really good for Tesla. You do have your 200-day moving average here at 213, and then this downtrending trend line. If you get above that, which is roughly going to be in that 220, 225 neighborhood, if that happens relatively soon, that would be good. And yeah, that sets you up for a run, potentially back even into the 300s if you get above that level. Now, the RSI is at 53.5, and the MACD still looks pretty good, trending upwards, which shows some continued strength. And overall, Tesla's been hitting higher lows. So even though it's been volatile, even though it's been a lot of ups and downs, you're still looking very bullish on a technical basis from the lows that you set back here on April 22nd when Tesla stock fell to as low as $138.80 per share. So for this upcoming week, I do have a strong bias that it's going to be a good week, but with the data coming out on Friday, I do think you could get some midweek jitters, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, where markets sell off a little bit in anticipation of your PCE data. But as Bloomberg says over this weekend, if core PCE this Friday comes in as expected, it would mark the smallest advance so far this year and would really reinforce that the start of 2024 was just some seasonal adjustments, some abnormalities that we're actually going to continue to see this disinflation narrative, which would outsizingly have a positive effect on small caps and interest rate sensitive companies, which is Tesla by definition, at least being interest rate sensitive. Obviously, it's not a small cap stock, but you get the idea. Those areas of the markets would really shine if PCE comes in at market expectations, let alone if it comes in lower than market expectations, which is definitely a possibility given the steep drop of about 10% you've seen in the price of oil over the last 4 weeks or so. It wouldn't surprise me if we come in at a low 0.2 or maybe we come in at 0.15 and get rounded up to 0.2. That would also be seen as massively positive. So let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you feel the need to. It helps push these videos out to as many people as possible that need to hear this information. If you guys want to come trade with us live in real time as well, every time we make trades, I do send out alerts. Others post their trades as well. Check that out, link down below in the description of this video. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.